league, Mike Sando. Item number 3, that the Bucs are real contenders in the NFC. What do you got?
The last 3 words in the NFC make it a little bit more possible. Yeah. I have felt like they're sort of in a tier of their own where super high floor, you can put them down for 10, 11 wins. But do I think they're going to push all the way through? I kind of don't. But in the NFC, I think there's a different path. Like if we were to say, who do you like better, Tampa or the Chargers? Well, if the Chargers were in the NFC, you might believe more, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like
no
you
doubt.
might say, hey, I think they can go to the championship
game.
game. So, but I have felt coming into the year, you sort of had, Philly, Green Bay, and depending on Detroit, maybe if their coordinator situation isn't a disaster, that those were kind of the top 3. And then I put Tampa sort of in its own tier there where I feel safer about them than I do about, let's just say, San Francisco or Washington. There's a couple of those types of teams that have gone further in the playoffs recently, but have some real question marks. Like, I don't know if they're going to do it. I feel like Tampa Bay's safer than that, but I'm not on them enough to put them above those top 3. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I'm a yes on this one, though. I think I'm a little more bullish than you. And I wasn't there before the season. I thought the hipsters, they were like, the Bucs are the sleep. And I'm like, everybody settle down, on the Bucs. They didn't even win a playoff game last year. I thought that win Monday night was one of the most impressive wins it's only 2 weeks. I don't want to go overboard here, but through 2 weeks, that was one of the most impressive wins of the season. You don't have Tristan Wirfs. Your right tackle goes down in the first quarter. You're going up against a defense where the Texans, at times, it feels like they got 14 guys out there who all want to rip your head off, by the way. It's just like the most violent unit in the NFL. And then you face adversity down the stretch. You lose the lead. 2:04 left. You're down by 5. To go 80 yards on 11 plays, and I think they had 1 3rd or 4th down in there. Like, it didn't actually look that hard to go right down the field. And just overall, that was, I think, a 84th percentile offensive performance by the Bucs. 25 first downs against that Texans defense. So I looked at that and I thought about the questions I had coming into the season about, hey, you lost Liam Cohen, Josh Grizzard. I'll be honest, I knew nothing. I knew very little about the guy. You probably knew stuff about the guy. And I thought, all right, I don't know that this is going to work out for the Bucs, but the way they move the ball offensively and then a veteran defensive coach, I kind of think they have a chance to make some noise against some of these teams that are talked about top tier in the NFC.
I say they have a chance too. I do. I'm just not going to favor them. Like to me, I think they would lose to a Green Bay. That type of a team is a little bit better, but I'm with you that I think they can advance in the playoffs. And, as far as the coordinator thing, I mean, when you keep being good on offense across all these coordinators who had never been coordinators before, maybe you just have a good team. Maybe they just have a good offense and they have a good quarterback and they don't have terrible coordinators. But, Dave Canales, Liam Cohn, Josh Garrett, they're probably, one of them's probably really good. One of them's probably average. One of them, right? It's not like they can't all 3 be the key to Tampa Bay being good. I think it's really impressive. Defensive head coach Todd Bowles is just setting on offense like, hey, here's some general parameters for how we'd like to play. He's not like running it. So I'm super impressed over a 3-year period because it looks good again with their ability to just be good. I think they're an underrated kind of organization even. To just keep sort of being good and be able to replace quarterback Brady and then have to be able to do deals with Mayfield that aren't at the exact top of the market and stuff. Like, I just feel like they've got a great thing going. So total respect for them.
This episode is brought to you by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. NFL Sundays are back and you won't want to miss the action. NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV lets you catch every game every Sunday all in one place. And now new users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Head to youtube.com/RingerNFL and sign up now. New users pay $276 or 8 non-cancelable payments of $34.50 per month. First charged at purchase. Availability varies with NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games and YouTube TV base plan for local and national games. Base plan required. Device and content restrictions apply. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Excludes digital-only games. Commercial use excluded. No refunds. We keep trying to look for who's helping Baker Mayfield and this offense. But it's like, maybe he deserves some credit. Maybe the infrastructure, the offensive line, they have a good situation there. Or maybe Todd Bowles just has the best eye for like offensive coordinators in NFL history. I don't know, but I wanted to ask you, like Mayfield specifically, you do the great quarterback tiers piece every summer. Everybody reads it. What is the view of, because I get the sense that like people in the NFL just like really like sort of what he's about and his personality and the intangibles, maybe more so than we see on the outside if you're just looking at the numbers or watching the film or whatever.
I think that's true. I think they do really appreciate his story, number one, of bouncing around and just sort of persevering. There's so much talk in the league about, the league does a disservice to quarterbacks and, hey, they need a better plan to development. Well, look at this guy. He overcame it, right? He's overcome some tough situations over the last couple of years when he's in Carolina and his career was on the rocks. So you do have to totally give him credit for that. I think also he's a little bit more under control now, like finding that line. He kind of has the wild man, but it's in a little bit of a more professional context now. I don't feel like he's as apt to blow the game. It's still going to happen twice this year, where he throws a killer interception trying to fit one in there. But I feel like he's kind of got the right amount of letting it all hang out, maybe like just a little bit more under control wildness. So, is that just maturity or, accountability to his teammates there, whatever it is. I think that's notable with him too.
There's also little stuff that this time of the year where we overreact, and I'm guilty of it right now. Just when I was looking at the Bucs earlier, it's like, all right, if the Falcons make a kick in week 1, if the Texans don't have a disastrous red zone sequence in week 2, what are we talking about? And I think you're right about Baker with that line is, there are going to be weeks, it might even be this week, where he throws like he leads the NFL in turnover worthy plays that Pro Football Focus tracks. He's got 6 of them through 2 weeks. So it's like, if guys came down with a couple of those interceptions, are we having a different conversation? But I do feel like the end of a game, not that I thought he was going to score, but it feels like he knows what he's doing out there. He knows what he's looking at. He's going to let it rip. He's got the personality. Teammates like him. So I'm more pro Baker now maybe than I was a little while ago.
Even though he's not an elite talent, he's the number 1 pick. So it's not like he's, it's not like he's some late round success story. I mean, he can throw the ball. He's scrambling to the right and drops the ball. He almost gets his teammate killed, diving for the ball. So there's always going to be some sort of things like that are a little wild. Yeah. But the other thing was, how about them going for 2 at the end of the game? I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's like taking hits and throwing the ball. I'm like, do you realize it goes the other way? You lose the game. And that's all we're talking about for the next month. Would you just take a knee here? So they lived on the edge a little bit there. But 2-0, pretty good. And they have a history of being good.
Yeah, I think quarterbacks forget that sometimes, that the 2-point conversion, you can't, this isn't like a 4th down where you're like, this is, it can go the other way and you can
There's 6 seconds left in the game. What are we doing here? You afraid they're going to drive for a field goal?
He's entertaining though. You're right. It's an adventure with him, but if he's on, in terms of that tier of quarterback, I don't know that many of the players in that tier are more entertaining than Baker Mayfield. So I like this team. Tristan Wirfs, get him back. Chris Godwin, get him back. They haven't even been healthy. It looks like they hit on Ibuka, the wide receiver. So I think they're going to be a team to watch in the NFC.